Hello and welcome to Craftly. Today we will be making a painted pop can pencil holder that looks a little bit like this. Let's get started.
Make something cool with Craftly.
The things we'll be needing for this craft are paintbrushes, a pop can, painter's tape, scissors, something to put your paint on, 150 grit sandpaper, a can opener, and paint of your choice. So, I have a can that's already opened with the top, but I messed up on it, right? This part, it's cut, and so that's gonna be where I put my paintbrushes when they're dirty. And I have this other can. So I use my can opener and I put it on. I turn it forwards and try to not wreck this. I did the same thing right there. Now that I got this bit out, I'm gonna put it there. I need a paper towel. There's water in this. Do I restart? Okay. Just why we have editing. Okay, now I got this part taken out. I can sand it. The reason that we're sanding it is because if we didn't, well, paint and smooth surfaces are not the perfect match at all. So we gotta make this rough. I just sanded my fingernail. Now I'm taking off the dust. And I'm going to sand it again for safety. Make sure you sand the top lip too. Now that we've finished the sanding, it's very scratched as you can see, I'm going to put our first layer of paint on. I suggest using white paint. Excuse me for a moment. I need to get a new white paint.
Craftly.
And we're back with a new white paint that is not empty. Now that we have our white paint, we're going to take a big paintbrush, dip it in, and paint our first layer. If you put your fingers in the can, it might help you, so then you won't get paint on them. Now that we're done putting our first coat of white paint on, we need to wait for it to dry. So I'm gonna put this there, and I'll see you when it's dry. And we're back. Our can, we can still see everything underneath, so we're gonna hit it with another coat of white paint. Now, our second layer is done. Now we need to wait for it to dry. Now that our second coat of paint is dry, you can still kind of see the logos, but that's okay. So, I'm going to get all my paints. I can still use the white because I can mix it. This is gonna be cool lavender, I think. But these paints are acrylic, and acrylic can be pretty difficult to mix. Now that I'm done mixing my palette of colors, I'm going to lay down my tape. Okay, ta-da! Okay, we're done taping, so now we can apply our colors. Okay, I'm done. Just gotta touch up what I did, what I wrecked. No. Now, I'm going to add my other two colors. Now we need to let it dry. Some of the colors are faint, so I'm going to give them a second coat. This will be very boring for you, so we're going to use some editing magic to make it better.
Crafty makes it cool.
Now that our paint is dry, we're going to remove the tape and add our black paint. As you can see, a little bit bled through, so we are going to be adding, where all the white is, black paint. Dad, I need to wait for the paint to dry. I just took some off.
Crafty.
Our craft is now done. I think it looks fantastic. You can use this kind of thing for paintbrushes, pencils, pens, and toothbrushes, but probably not all for, all of them in the same thing, because that would be weird. Anyways, you're probably wondering why I painted over the white with black. The reason I did that, because if I painted the whole thing black first, the colors would look dark underneath. I also left this little spot white because I think it gives it a little bit of personality. When I painted this one, I did not sand it first, so it has all these little chunks of paint missing everywhere. I also did a different style where I overlapped it to the bottom and I painted it white around the top. Thanks for watching and see you next time on Craftly.